Yeah?
Yeah.
My number 3 is KickBeat Special Edition.
Okay.
You've played KickBeat, haven't you?
This is where you're the little martial arts guy and you kick in time to the music.
Yeah, it's a rhythm action game, Bimani. Most people will have played it when it came out on Vita and PS3. I think it was PS3 as well, last year, I think. I can't remember if I played the demo on Vita. I think I did, but it can't have made much of an impression because this felt quite new to me when I played it on. I played the Xbox One version. It's out on PS4 and Wii U as well.
Okay.
If I did forget that I played it, I wouldn't be surprised because this is not the most memorable game in history. First up, I'm getting tired of lambasting tutorials, but I really would advise people to skip it. But you can't really. You need that information. But it's just the kind of annoying thing that takes 15 minutes to tell you things that even a child could learn in 1 minute. And a terribly antiquated thing that if it was possible to skip, I'd tell everybody who plays it to skip that. You're a guy called Lee, you're standing in a circle, enemies attack by stepping on a button that's also a button on your pad. When the button surges with the light, you press that button and you collect chi by playing well, and after a while you earn chi power, which is basically star power from Guitar Hero. It multiplies your score while it's active, and you need to double tap the button if the enemy has a power up floating above their heads, and it's thoroughly okay. The main problem is that the music is just not good at all. It's mainly a mix of kind of new metal and very cheesy trance. There's other sort of genres, I suppose, but by and large it's kind of very, very outdated new metal and club music from about 10 years ago. Because the button presses map to elements of the song at random, so sometimes they go to the drums, sometimes to the vocals, you have to either watch the very busy screen looking for flashes and playing Monkey See, Monkey Do, basically, or learn each song and learn each level. And it's just, I don't know, on hard, it's really fucking hard to see what's going on because you're not only looking at these enemies pacing around, you're waiting for the light cue that you need to follow and watching the buttons which can be masked by the henchmen walking around. Some of the background visuals are bright and colourful and kind of frenetic as well, so it's way too disorientating for its own good sometimes. And in particular, there's one huge issue which didn't stop becoming a problem. The difference between two enemies stepping up to be hit at the same time and stepping up as a quick 1-2 is the difference between that is so much smaller than it should be in a game this slight. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to train your eyes to see in a game as slight as this one. You really need to put the hours in if you want to master it. But then again, I suppose you could say that of any game in history. When it works, it's totally reasonable entertainment. But some of the songs just feel like they're asking to be played 4 or 5 times before you can even think about completing them on the harder difficulty settings. But when it does work, when you're doing like a drum solo or a bridge or a breakdown of the song, when you know where you are and what you're doing, it does offer a little bit of that rush that you get from great rhythm action games. But that does not happen anywhere near often enough for me to be recommending it, really. But it's not bad. It's hard to dislike because it's an example of a genre that's kind of rather scarce these days. But it's a genre that's hard to compete with at the same time, because pound for pound, I reckon, as a genre, rhythm action games have more masterpieces than anything else. I mean, this cannot compete with even mid-tier games in its genre. But that said, it's really not bad. Try the demo, and you may deem it to be worth a few quid, but it's okay.